There's something magical, no, mythical, about Game 7. It's not just a basketball game. It's war painted in sweat and sneakers. It's the final heartbeat of a season that started with 30 teams and now ends with 2. No more speculation. No more excuses. No more next games. Tonight, June 22nd, 2025, it all comes down to one arena, one city, one clash of destinies. The Paycom Center in Oklahoma City will be the Coliseum. The Thunder and Pacers, two franchises with wildly different stories, will battle not just for the title, but for legacy, immortality, and something far more sacred, the right to never be forgotten. Let's rewind for just a second. Back in October, the Indiana Pacers were afterthoughts. No one talked about them as contenders. They didn't make splashy trades. They weren't loaded with all-stars. But what they had was a belief, a system, a culture, and a core that had been building something under the radar. They weren't glamorous, but they were hungry. And they stayed hungry through injuries, inconsistency, and doubt. And now here they are, 48 minutes from greatness. Meanwhile, the Oklahoma City Thunder are no longer tomorrow's story. They're today's. After years of patient rebuilding, collecting draft picks like infinity stones, Sam Presti's vision has matured ahead of schedule. The team was young on paper, but composed beyond their years on the court. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander turned into a silent assassin. Jalen Williams blossomed into one of the league's most complete wings. Chet Holmgren, the unicorn, became the glue. This wasn't supposed to be their moment, but the moment arrived, and they've embraced it. This is the youngest NBA Finals matchup since the Bulls met the Jazz in 1997, and now it's headed to Game 7. Let's break this monster down from every angle: health, tactics, numbers, and psychology. First, we see the road to Game 7. Game 1, Thunder domination, crisp execution, stifling defense, and a dazzling 36-point night from SGA. Game 2, the Haliburton show. Tyrese dropped 32 points with 12 assists and reminded the world that IQ can outshine talent. Game 3, overtime heartbreak. Indiana led by 8 with 2 minutes left, but missed free throws and SGA's buzzer-beater floater stunned the Pacers. Game 4, McConnell and Toppin sparked an unexpected fire, and Indiana tied the series 2-2. Game 5, back in OKC, the Thunder made a statement. 28-point win, defensive masterpiece. Game 6, Indiana answered with an emphatic 108-91 blowout. The Pacers bench outscored OKC's by 23. Thunder turnovers piled up. Haliburton, despite the calf strain, was the spiritual leader. Now, here we are. Injuries availability. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Tyrese Haliburton's calf. After missing stretches of the conference finals, Haliburton has looked 70% at best, but he's played through it. In Game 6, he logged 14 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals in just 23 minutes. His court vision undiminished, even if his burst wasn't fully there. He's officially questionable, but insiders confirm he will start. And if the game is close in the final 5 minutes, he's playing. Then there's Benedict Mathurin, who suffered an abdominal strain in Game 2 and hasn't returned. His absence has been noticeable, especially on the wing defensively, but Andrew Nembhard and Aaron Nesmith have soaked up his minutes admirably. The Thunder, fully healthy, no player on the injury report, no excuses. The only question? Fatigue. SGA looked visibly drained in Game 6, not injured, but mentally fatigued, and it showed. He forced shots, committed a career-high 8 turnovers, and rarely got to the line. The Thunder go as SGA goes. His bounce back is critical. Taos, tactical breakdown. Styles make fights. Let's go inside the X and O's. The Thunder offense runs through SGA. They use spread pick and rolls, double drag screens, and off-ball ghost screens to keep defenses in constant motion. When they click, it's poetry in motion. SGA collapses the lane. Williams floats from corner to corner. Holmgren drags rim protectors out of position with pick and pops. But when Indiana has countered with a high-pressure switch defense, anchored by Siakam and Turner, they force the Thunder into isolation-heavy sets that get stagnant. That's when the turnovers mount. The Pacers' game plan? Pure tempo and chaos. Their offensive identity is built around transition and secondary breaks. In Game 6, Indiana scored 26 fast break points. That wasn't accidental. That was T.J. McConnell's engine running red hot, Obi Toppin sprinting lanes, and Aaron Nesmith crashing gaps. Even when plays break down, the Pacers make something out of nothing. That's Carlisle's system. Unpredictable, improvisational, effective. Key strategic battle. If OKC can slow Indiana's pace and make them play 24-second basketball, the Pacers' efficiency dips by over 17%. If Indiana can score 20-plus fast break points, they're 12-1 in the postseason. Another hidden weapon? Rick Carlisle. He's a master of Game 7's. Don't underestimate his tactical preparation. And X factors you won't see on the headline. Let's talk unsung heroes. T.J. McConnell. He's averaging 11 points, 6 assists, and nearly 2 steals this series. But the real value? He speeds the game up. In Game 6, he turned 5 defensive rebounds into instant fast breaks within 4 seconds of touching the ball. That disrupts OKC's transition defense, which ranks 26th in efficiency when they fail to set up. Obi Toppin. His rim running creates vertical spacing. When he cuts baseline, defenders collapse. That opens weak side threes. Chet Holmgren. He's blocked 14 shots in this series, including a game-saving swat in Game 3. He's the only player in the finals averaging 3+ blocks and 1+ made 3 per game. But he's also foul-prone. If the Pacers attack him early, they can exploit OKC's lack of backup rim protection. Isaiah Joe, the Thunder's spark plug shooter. He's been ice-cold since Game 2, but he's due. One hot quarter from Joe could flip this game on its head. Statistical trends to watch. Pacers are 7-2 ATS as road underdogs in the postseason. Thunder are 10-1 at home since April. Indiana has the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the playoffs, 2.01. OKC forces the 2 and most turnovers per game in the finals, 15.7. Game 7's hit the under in 84% of NBA finals since 2000. This is more than stats and tactics. SGA has never played a Game 7. Neither has Chet. Neither has Jalen. Haliburton. He's been there. Siakam won a title in 2019. Toppin survived a hostile MSG Game 7. Carlisle coached more elimination games than Mark Ditteneau has playoff wins. That mental edge is real. Paycom Center will be electric, but heavy as the crown. If OKC starts slow, those 18,000 fans can become a pressure cooker. If Indiana gets an early lead, nerves tighten. The rim shrinks. Execution matters more than ever. Public opinion versus sharp money. According to DraftKings and RealGM, 70% of public bets are on the Thunder to win. 65% of sharp, professional money is on Indiana +7. 5. 57% of sharps are sprinkling the Pacers ML at +250. This is a classic split. Casual fans versus seasoned bettors. If the Thunder win, it's the start of a dynasty. 325 and under stars, a deep roster, and their first NBA championship since 1979. Then, as the Seattle Supersonics, SGA enters superstardom. Chet gets vindication. OKC becomes a free agent destination. If the Pacers win, it's the greatest finals upset since 2004 Pistons. Haliburton goes from all-star to Indiana legend. Carlisle cements Hall of Fame status. The small market revolution gets its biggest moment. To be continued. In Part 2, we'll dive into final predictions. Exact final score, ISFO, player stat lines, betting tips. And our closing verdict, who lifts the Larry O'Brien Trophy, ET,